Hi, good day, and welcome to Bellucci Studios. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at managing toxic relationships. So, in episode 6, I basically introduced this topic of the three types of people the three types of obstacles that you might discover. Okay, so the three types of obstacles that you will come across in terms of the people that you will meet are those who lay an unlawful claim to your success, the ones who feel threatened by you, and those who want to build themselves on the back of your success. So you find yourself now in the point where you are starting to experience success, and as you do that, you discover that those who are closest to you, your family and friends, that amongst that group are people who exhibit one of these three types of characteristics. And they basically do this so that they can leverage off of you to benefit themselves. So, let's get into it. So with the three types of people that you are going to meet, with the three types of behaviors that these people who are obstacles to your success, the behaviors that they will display is essentially laying an unlawful claim to your success, or they feel threatened by you, or else they want to build themselves on the back of your success. And with each three of these characteristics, you find that these people want to use your success to get benefit from it for themselves. And with all three of these, it's win-lose deals all the way. None of the people who display any one of these three characteristics, not one of these people are really interested in you and in building you up. They are looking for ways in which they can benefit from it. So the first one, it's obvious. It's quite obvious what these people do. So what they will do is they'll say that, if it hadn't been for me, then you wouldn't be anywhere near where you are today. You owe me, therefore, and because you owe me, you need to help me. And the way in which they do that is either they want some financial gain from you, so they want you to give them money, in other words, or else they want to use your success and notoriety to gain access to people, places, or things. And as you can tell, that is not the kind of situation that you want to find yourself in. That's not the kind of person that you want to deal with. But hey, these people are in your life. What do you do? And often we ask ourselves, we say, it is what it is, what else can I do? And there is something that you can do about it, make no mistake. Then those who feel threatened by you, who feel threatened by your success. So you've been doing well. You're earning the salary that you want, or else you in the workout space. You decided to get into bodybuilding and things are working out really well for you. Your body is everything that you want it to be. And what you find is that people now feel like, hey, this guy is gonna take my space in the pecking order. And that's absolute nonsense. If you really are an upstanding person, why would you want to make someone else look bad? But nonetheless, these are some of the excuses that they make. And make no mistake, it's excuses to get to you so that they can get the best from you. They want the best for you. They want the best from you for themselves. So they start saying, if you really are such an outstanding person, then why don't you? And I'm like, no, that just doesn't work. And then there are those who want to build up their success by being associated with you. And this is slightly different from the first one, in that in the first one where I said that they lay an unlawful claim to your success, they say it's because of me that you are where you are. And with this last one, it's that they want to use you to benefit themselves. So they don't say that you owe me anything. It's just like, no, you're my friend. You're my friend. Let us go and do this thing that I can't do by myself because I don't have enough notoriety. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough success. People won't recognize me unless I'm actually with you. And because I'm with you, therefore, you're gonna open up some doors for me, man. And that happens. And there are people who do this kind of thing all the time. And they do it with successful people. They're not gonna go and look for someone who's a nobody and be like, oh, you own. No, they're not gonna do that. So how do we manage these kinds of people? How do we do that? So firstly, I'd like to talk about you've now come to the point where you need to make that decision, where you need to decide, do I carry on with these people or do I not? Is this the end of the line for our friendship, for our association, or do I carry on with you? And I can say from the onset, I can say that with people that are like this, and these aren't the only kinds of people. I'm sure there's maybe there are a few other categories of people that you can think of, that you can come up with, that will peddle these win-lose deals with you and say, come on, man, do this for me so that I can win. And I don't really care. What they're actually saying is, I don't really care how this is going to affect you. I'm just in it for me. So the first question that I have for you on this decision point is, do you want the trajectory of your life to continue as it is now? And by that I mean, you have started to experience success and your life is going up that way. You are going from success to success. You are slowly checking off all of your goals. You are doing that and you are moving forward. Do you want to continue in that direction? If you have people around you who are constantly telling you how you owe them or how you must do for them because of where you are and what you have achieved, and the question I have is, do you really want that? Do you think that having that kind of person in your life is actually going to help you to continue checking off those goals? Or is that kind of person going to make it harder for you to start to continue checking off your goals? Because now, not only do you need to put in a lot of energy, effort and focus in your area of focus, now you also need to be worried about this person. For me, it's an easy decision to make. And we'll get to the how of it, but you need to get to the point. You need to firstly ask yourself, what do you want? Because you must remember that this is about you. It's not about them. It's not about what other people want. Because make no mistake about it, if you fail, that person that was using you is not going to be interested in you anymore. Or maybe they will still be interested maybe they'll still keep you around as an extra. But they are not going to help you succeed. They are not going to help you move on to the next thing. They're weighing you down. The other thing that you need to, so once you've made that decision, then you need to ask yourself the question, are you going to allow your family and friends to be the obstacles in your life? When you've got to make that decision about someone you don't spend a lot of time with, or someone that you don't have a great deal of, you don't have an extremely deep emotional connection with, it's easy to make those decisions. But when it comes to your family and friends and family, it's a little bit harder. And it's okay if it's a difficult decision to make. The thing is that you're still gonna have to make the decision. Do you want your life to move forward? Do you want to continue experiencing the level of success that you have and experience even greater levels of success? Do you want that? And once you've answered that question, then you know exactly what the answer to the other question is. Will you allow your family and friends to become obstacles? The answer is no, you're not. And what you need to realize is that as you carry on this road, most of these obstacles will they will get rid of themselves. Most of them. A large majority of them will. Because they'll start realizing that your status has improved, your notoriety has improved, and theirs hasn't. And if they're not getting enough from you, if they aren't leeching off of you, then they're going to be like, what's the point in me sticking around? And they will remove themselves from your life. And that's what you want. But not all of them will. So some of the really, the ones that's easy to get rid of, they will get rid of themselves. You won't even need to really worry about that. And then there's some that will sit on the fence. And these are people who aren't necessarily obstacles, but they're not exactly helping you along either. They just kind of, they're sitting on the fence. They don't really know how to feel about your success. They don't think about it one way or the other, They're like, if he fails, great. If he succeeds, great. I don't really care. So there are people like that who, they just sit on the fence. And then there are people who really care about you. And the people who really care about you, they don't want the best from you. They want the best for you. So they want to see your boundaries increase. They want to see you getting better. They want to see you making more money. They want to see you into that bodybuilding competition and just crush it. They want the best for you. Those are the people who exhibit high character, or who are interested in high character and not just in high earnings. And those are the kind of people that you want to keep in your life. Those relationships aren't toxic. And you need to be able to identify the people who want the best for you and who don't want the best from you. The people who are giving you something and not necessarily expecting something in return. I mean, even if someone is giving me something and expecting something in return, it's win-win. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But when it becomes burdensome for me, when that person gives 10% and they want 90%, they put 10% and they put in 10,000 rand and they want 90,000 rand back. That doesn't make any sense. There are people who put in very little but they want a lot from you. That doesn't make sense. That's not good. That's not right. Those relationships are toxic for you. So you ultimately need to decide what it is that you want. This is the decision point. So you've come to the point, you're starting to experience success, and you look around you, and there are all of these people. There are people who want things from you. There are people who lay an unlawful claim against your success, who feel threatened by you. There are people that want stuff from you, who want to be associated with you. There are people who are giving into your life and helping you grow. There are people who are excited for you and they let you know, but they don't really want anything from you. They want you to succeed. You need to decide. This is the landscape. These are all of the people that I have in my life now. Of these people, who can I let go? Who do I need to get rid of? How do I go about that? Who do I need to get rid of? You know that? Okay, fine. Now, how? And when you make this decision, when you make the right decisions, you'll find that the speed of your life will change. Make the right decisions and the speed of your life will change. You'll find that you experience more success, that you meet better people, you deal better with people, you interact with people better. But, okay, so what do you do? Firstly, what is very clear is that you need to, somehow or the other, you need to get rid of all of the people who are obstacles to you. All of the people who are weighing you down, who are making it difficult for you to move forward. You need to get rid of those people. You need to put them off. You need to cast them aside. You need to cast them aside. You have to do that. Now, how do you do that? One way in which you can do that is there's an emotional attachment between you and these people, obviously. Because if there wasn't an emotional attachment, it would be quite easy for you to just say, well, that's it, I'm done, thank you for coming. But me and you, we're not going to carry on this journey together anymore. That would be easy to do. But there is an emotional attachment. And this person is not, there isn't a healthy boundary between you and this person. There isn't a door that you give this person access to that emotional gold that you have. That pool of emotions that you have. You don't open the door. No, they just let themselves in. There's a hole in your boundary. They come in and they take whatever. They put all of these things on you, and they say, this is what you owe me. So first thing that you need to do is you need to sever that emotional tie. Or if you don't want to sever it, in the case of a friend, it would be easy. You sever it and you're like, thank you for coming. It's been nice being your friend, and I really wish you all the best. And that's what the person of high character would do. You wish them the best and you say, thank you for coming. If it's a bond that you don't really want to break, then how about installing a door and you have access to it? You determine when that emotional interaction will take place, whether there will be an emotional interaction. And if they still persist, then it's time to create some emotional distance between you and that person. Letting the person know that it's not okay what they're doing. It's not okay for them to lay these claims on your success, because what did they do exactly? What exactly is it that they've done? And they will state their case. And you've got to lay out the facts and say, that's actually how it happened. I was the one that did the work. Maybe you helped me out in the beginning, but come on, man. Are we really friends? Carrying on like this, you treating me like this? So that emotional separation needs to happen. You need to get to the point where you say that, no, I'm not going to allow you to get in here and you guilt trip me into doing things that I don't feel comfortable with. And you need to realize when people are doing that, when they are trying that guilt tripping thing, and getting in there and twisting you and making you feel bad for the fact that they are where they are and you aren't sharing with them what you have. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. So that emotional ties, you've got to watch that. You've got to check that. Keep that in check. If you can sever it, sever it. If it's not something that you want to sever, then put up a boundary. Put up that door and say, well, I'm sorry, but you won't just have free access to me and mine. The second thing that you can do, because that doesn't always work, just saying, let's not do that. Preventing people from using your emotions against you, or that emotional connection against you. Sometimes you need to create that physical boundary. You need to distance yourself from them. Make yourself unavailable to that person, while still caring for them, while still wishing them the best and wanting the best from them. Just not being in a place where they have access to you. And sometimes that means just not being available to them. Other times it means that you need to move away. And if just moving away or not being available to them is not working, then you need to, in addition to that, you need to ensure that you check that emotional guilt tripping that they put you on. You need to check that and make sure that they don't have access to you, so that they can manipulate you, so that they can guilt trip you, so that they can make you feel bad about what you have and the fact that they don't have it as well. And there are people, I mean, it's sad that I need to make this video, but there are people like that who will use any and every possible means to get to you, to get to your gold, to make you feel bad for situation. So those are the three ways. Either check that emotions whenever they do come in and they try to make you feel bad for whatever the situation is. You need to check that and say, no, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna allow you to do this. I'm not gonna allow you to guilt trip me, to put me on that guilt trip, so that I can give you what is mine, what is not lawfully yours. Or you create that physical distance, become unavailable to them, so that they don't even have the opportunity to try and put you on that guilt trip. And then thirdly, if either one of those don't work, then try a combination of the two, and just put that distance between you and them. And you don't need to sever the relationship necessarily, but you can put that relationship on hold and say, when I'm ready, me and you will interact again. Until then, I wish you all the best. So those who want the best for you. So now there's those guys. There's the guys that want to use you and manipulate you. And then there are the people who you really care for. And I've spoken about that earlier on. The people who care for you, and I said they will want the best from you. They will want the best for you, but not necessarily the best from you. So they are interested in your development, in your growth. And for these people, they fall into one of two camps. Some of these guys they'll be like, I'm happy with where I am. And you are happy for them because they are where they are. And it's not a bad place. They're in a good place. But they don't want to grow with you. They don't want to grow. And they're not looking to improve themselves. They aren't looking to grow financially. They aren't looking to get better bodies. They're happy with where they are. And they want to carry on their lives in that state. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. Because they're not looking to negatively impact your journey. They're not looking to take from you. They want to just carry on with where they are. And that's fine. But what you will find is that when you do have friends or family that have this kind of mentality, and there's nothing wrong with that mentality or that outlook on life. With people who have this outlook on life, they generally, if you are growing and they aren't, there is this natural distance that develops over time. And it's not an emotional distance necessarily that you stop caring for them, but it's just that they don't feel comfortable being around all of that excitement. I mean, like if you're someone that trains a lot and trains religiously, people that don't train a lot would not really want to, they wouldn't want to interact with you on that level. And if that's the only level on which you can interact with them, then well, the distance will happen. And sometimes there's very little else that, there's just, the distance just happens. And that's fine. And then there are other people who are in your life and who are close to you, who want to grow with you. They want to experience that growth. They want to experience the excitement that they are seeing what's happening to you, and they're like, I want that. I would like to be in a better place in a year from now. I would like to earn more money, or I would like to, just get into shape. I would like to have a better body. I would like to improve the state of my body, and just be healthier, or whatever it is that you're busy doing, and they want to go along with you and grow with you. And that's amazing. That's fantastic. That's the best kind of relationship to have. Best kind of family and friends to have. Those who are prepared to go with you on the journey. Now, one of the reasons why there's some people that you cut out, there's some people that you drop from your life, is because as you carry on in your journey, you're gonna meet other people. Some of them also need to be cast aside, and some of them will help you along your journey. They'll want to grow with you, or go with you. And you'll find that as time goes on, maybe they go this separate way, and you wish them well and they wish you well, and everybody's happy. And as you go, you'll meet more people and interact with more people. So don't be scared to let go of people who are obstacles in your life. Don't be scared of that. Embrace it. It's part of life. Embrace it. Move forward. Because as you go along, you will meet other people, people who are amazing, and people who will help you get to places that you could not imagine. You're also going to meet a lot of charlatans and crooks and all of that kind of thing. Cast them aside. Look for the good people. Your choice. Either you can look at life and be all negative and be like, oh yeah, but if this happens, then I'm going to meet these kind of people, and these people are going to try and take away from me. Well, you could do that. You could moan and groan and complain and do all of that. You can do that. Or you can look at life with great optimism and enthusiasm, because there's a lot of good people out there. And as you carry on this journey, you will encounter obstacles. It's gonna happen. So now you've experienced some success, you think it's just gonna be smooth sailing. No, it's not. It's not gonna be smooth sailing. You're gonna have those ups and downs. You're gonna have days where you feel like you're on top of the world and like you can celebrate all the time, and then there's gonna be days when you're like, I don't really even want to get out of bed today. And we're gonna have those days. And those days, the low days, the days when you aren't feeling that great about yourself, those days will test how badly you want this. When you've been working out really long for 2 or 3 years, I tell you, it gets rough, eh? When you've been earning and working and living, but you know that you need to go back to that job every single day, and you want to go traveling and you want to do all of these amazing things, but you must go to work. And some days it will just be like, man, do I really want this? It's so tough. And at some point you will have to decide whether, when you encounter those days, you'll have to decide, is this good enough? Am I happy here? Is this where I want to stay, or do I want to carry on with this journey? Do I want to maintain where I am right now, or do I want to continue growing? It's all part of the journey, and it's an amazing journey. It's fun, it's exciting, it's just amazing. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, that there's going to be 3 or 4 videos in the series, but I think it's going to actually end up being a lot more than that, on how to get what you want. And this is part of it. How do you get what you want? One of those things is you need to manage toxic relationships. You need to manage all of your relationships, and you need to decide which ones are toxic and which ones are good for you, which ones are good for you and which ones are the best for you, which ones you will pursue and which ones you are going to drop. And it's all part of the journey, folks. And it can get pretty exciting. Thank you for watching this episode, and I hope that you will both like and subscribe. And there's a little bell icon. If you click that, you will be notified every time I release a new video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good one, and I will see you on the next episode. Cheers, guys.